tell you, this is heated. This is hot. I tell you, we're talking to a first lady. Remember, it's a glory carrier moment. I remember this lady is carrying the glory. Jump, 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 jump.
I am a carrier, God's glory carrier, glory carrier, God's glory carrier, yeah. Carrier, oh, glory carrier, yeah.
Welcome, a glory carrier moment with Stefan Peninsilyn. And I tell you, we have a very nice show for you. I tell you, don't move a minute. I tell you, we have a lady. I call her a first lady. She always don't want that. But she's Joycelyn Peart Lawson. And I now go tell you, she's the sister of a very powerful woman of God in the gospel too. Now, we have a book we're going to talk about. She's an author. She's the wife of a pastor. She is everything. So I tell you, powerful lady. And the book, very needed in this time. Marriage are made in heaven, but maintained on earth. Watch this, marriage. Marriage is made in heaven, but maintained on earth. I tell you, in this time we're talking about marriage. Trust me, you need to hear this. You need to hear this. So before we go any further, let's take a break before we talk to the woman.
To God be the glory. We praise God, shake a penny. Sada. I am a carrier, Jesus glory carrier. Praise on me weapon. We run with Satan. So when you sight me coming down, demon run with praise and run him down. Hit on me weapon. Over depression. Carrier, oh, glory carrier, yeah. Jump, 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 jump. I am a carrier, God's glory carrier, God's glory carrier, yeah. Carrier, oh, glory carrier, yeah. Jump, 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 jump. I am a carrier, God's glory carrier, God's glory carrier, yeah. Alright, hey. Anytime you see me, me a carry that glory bright like the morning glory. They want me to stop, but they going to see more. Me going to look up to 100 story. Praise up, ready up. Turn up the glory, turn up the glory, turn up the carrier, oh, glory carrier, yeah. I am a carrier, God's glory carrier, God's glory carrier, yeah. Carrier, oh, glory carrier, yeah. I am a carrier, God's glory carrier, God's glory carrier, yeah. Alright, let me praise us, stop now. Fling it up there, 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 fling it up there. What the banner? Walk with the banner. What the banner? Walk with the banner. Fling it oh. Glory carrier, yeah. Jump. I am a carrier, God's glory carrier. Glory carrier, God's glory carrier, yeah. Carrier, oh. Glory carrier, yeah. Jump. I am a carrier, God's glory carrier. Glory carrier, God's glory carrier, yeah.
Welcome back to the Glory Carrier Moment. And I tell you, powerful thing. Book, marriage are made in heaven, but maintained on earth by Joycelyn Peart Lawson. Powerful woman, and we need to get into it. So welcome.
Thank you, Sir Peninsilyn, for having me today.
Hold on, before we go into the book, explain to the people who is Sister Joycelyn Peart Lawson.
Okay, as you have heard, my name is Joycelyn Peart Lawson, married to Mr. Irvin Lawson. I have been saved for the past 30-odd years.
30-odd years?
Oh, yes.
What
I'm
lady will
married
ever look like she 30 years?
I'm married for 18 years.
What?
Yes, this October coming will be my 18th anniversary.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
You're better
Thank
than
you.
many.
Well, it comes with a lot of sacrifice, because marriage is a sacrifice in itself.
Well, with 18 years, you must have experience. That's why
A lot.
you read marriage are made in heaven, but
A
maintained
lot.
on earth.
Yes, sir.
But let's jump into this book. Let's
Remember
jump
that
into
God was the one who ordained marriage,
it. Yes,
right?
yes.
And He has given us the wisdom and the understanding on how to endure and to last with our partners. Because even though we are one in the spirit, we are very different on a physical level. So it is important for us to maintain it on earth, get to know each other very much. And in that getting to know each other, we can know the bad, the good, and the indifference, and try and work around it and along with it and make our marriage last long.
Okay, so there I want you to explain the theme of this book. Marriage are made in heaven. Hold on, don't even go further than this.
Okay.
So, what you mean by marriage made in heaven?
God made Adam and Eve in the garden, and they were together as one.
But Adam and Eve
Bone
was
of
not in
my
heaven.
bone and flesh of my flesh. Yeah, but remember,
Yes.
God is the creator of all things.
Okay.
And He's from heaven.
Okay.
Wherever you consider your heaven to be,
Okay.
that's where He is.
So, all right. So marriage is made, created by God.
Yes, please.
So God loved marriage.
Yes.
Love marriage. He
Yes.
designed
It's
marriage.
an honorable thing, yes.
So I think you said 18 years in marriage. Remember we went to talk about that as the time go by.
Absolutely.
All right. So how we maintain that on earth?
It's gonna be very hard. It's not easy. And if you should consult with a lot of marriage couples, there are ups and downs. There are hills, there are mountains. And listen, you have your good times, and with that, you're gonna have some rough times. But if you love God, if God is the head, if you love your husband, if you submit to Him, and if the husband loves you and cherishes you as Christ loved the church, then I have no doubt that you
I like
will.
the theme. You say as Christ loved the
Yes.
church. So you're
Yes.
saying that marriage represent the church and Christ.
Yes, because the church is Christ's bride.
So them husband we have beat up them wife and Christ have beat up the church. No, we have to know.
No, sometimes things get distorted. Sometimes we as flesh, we do fleshy things.
Okay.
And it's going to take God to make our marriage last.
Well,
Because you see, we still have, sorry, sir,
Yeah,
Penny,
go ahead, go
we
ahead.
still have the Adamic nature, even though we are Christians. We are not perfect.
Yes.
And there's going to, if you don't know how to deal with your challenges in the marriage, you're going to either hurt yourself or your partner. That's for sure.
That is right. That is right. But I am looking through this book and I tell you, based on the treat you right there, me see something in here. So Mark treat you right. Sex
Yes.
in marriage.
Yes.
No, as a first lady, and you're not married for 18 years. I don't know if you are telling us treat me right. How sex in marriage and treat me right go.
Listen.
No, we are gonna get deep in this. You know.
Of course.
Treat me right.
I'm willing to take that
Sex
trip
in
with
marriage.
You. Yes, sir.
Talk to me,
yes.
I go.
It is very important to make love with your partner.
Boy,
It is very important. I'm not talking just bare sex. I'm
You mean
talking
real Christian?
romantic love making, where you let her come first, then you come second. Because a lot of men.
Hold on. It's getting heated already. You make her come first before you come second.
Of course.
Oh, this is the first lady we're talking to now.
No, listen. You
Get
see,
down into that,
you
let me
see,
understand.
in Christendom, you find that a lot of married people, they're very evasive. They don't really like to talk about what happens in their bedroom. And that is one of the reasons why in this book, I took like 13 years to actually finish writing this book.
Hold on, now you're married for 18 and 13 years out of the 18,
I'm
you're thinking
telling
about
you,
sex in
because,
marriage?
No, because listen,
Oh.
every day you learn something new
What you talking
in the
about?
relationship. Well, I have been learning a lot of new things. I've also been trying a lot of new positions.
Hold on.
Yes,
This is
look,
getting
yeah,
hot.
No.
When they say try,
You can't
wait.
do the missionary style all the
Why?
time, you know.
Well, I
No,
want to say this.
sir.
As a first lady, you sit down and try one
Listen,
position like
I am not
become
only a
pastor.
first lady, I am a wife. I am a woman who loves her man and is willing to do what it takes to please him.
Hold on, people, we're talking to Joycelyn Peart Lawson. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Me, I tell you, wait, look, it's getting deeper. Wait now. So, hold on. I want you to explain to me that treat
Yes.
me right, sex in marriage.
Yes.
Me like that. Me not think we're going to let yourself in now.
No. There's no turning away from this.
Yes.
Let me turn to a part in the book. It's on page 8. It
Yes.
says, treat me right, sexual intercourse in marriage.
My God.
Allow me to read something for you.
Yes, I want to read it. Because I want
Sex in marriage is great, for God created it to be so. You enter the sexual court sad, depressed, stressed, or Peninsilyn. I can testify to you and your audience that you will never leave the same in Jesus' name.
Hold on then, Jesus. This is hot. Hold on. This is where we have to take a break.
Listen to this one. now.
Excitement.
We're leaving the break with this one.
Yes.
First sex is sweeter. Second sex lasts longer. You don't believe me? Hold up.
Yes.
You make love at 7 p.m., right?
Yeah.
It lasts for about 15 minutes. But it was sweet. Yes, man, you have some relationships where it's like a touch and go
talking
thing.
to the first lady.
It's
Yes.
like a touch and go thing.
Yes.
Listen me. Then about half an hour to an hour later, you decide to take the same ride. It not only lasts longer, but it is sweet. Yum. You can take a break.
No, this we have to go take a break on. Take a break on this. I tell you, this is heated. This is hot. I tell you, we're talking to a first lady. Remember, it's a glory carrier moment. I remember this lady is carrying the glory. Jump.
I am a carrier of God's glory, carrier of glory, carrier God's glory, carrier, carrier, glory, carrier,
Yes, welcome back to this heated, hot. I tell you, out of the book, marriage are made in heaven, but maintained and hurt by Joycelyn Peart Lawson. I tell you, I want to go back on the hot part there.
Okay, sir.
I want to go back on the hot part there. Me see her talk, so give me some more of that something. Me like how it sound. You say as a woman of God, first lady,
Yes.
you have to try different position.
Of course.
Why is that important?
You know, as human beings, you go by your imagination sometimes. And when you see certain movements in your head, like certain positions just click, I wonder if my husband would like this position later. I'm going to try it. And then you set the atmosphere when you know the kids are gone to bed and you know you can do a little rumbling in your bedroom. And you say, honey, you know, I thought about this style. Can I try it? And he will say, okay, baby.
Before you
And
go
then-
further,
yes, sir.
before
yes,
you go
sir.
further, I am getting the sense that you are saying, as a wife, You have to
Yes.
take the initiative sometime to
Of
make
course,
sure
of course.
your marriage is spiced up at
Yes,
all times.
of course.
We don't want them feel like it's just straight sex we have to go stop on all the while. My
No,
question
but
to
no,
you.
no. But it is very important because that is why a lot of marriages are.
That is what I
breaking
was
up.
going to ask you. Do you think that this part plays a part in
Yes.
the marriage where it
And
not really
that's
lasts?
why it is like one of the top priorities. That's why I put it at the front of my book.
Yeah, because I
When
see
you
you have it.
open it, it's the first thing you see. Because I have done a lot of counseling sessions with
Yes.
individuals, and majority of the time, that is one of the main points that keeps coming up. You know, Sister Joyce, I'm having this problem and I'm having that problem. So I felt in my spirit that I need to speak out about it.
So you are saying that sex play a vital part
Yes,
in marriage?
it does. Not just the bare sex, but romance. Because you know you have foreplays, you have different levels of romance leading to the actual intercourse itself.
You hear that? We're
Yes.
talking to our first lady. Remember, and YouTubers, I want you to leave in a
Come
comment.
on now,
Thumbs
come
up, give
on
us some
now.
like, give us some thumbs up, comment, subscribe, because this you have to get. Yes, and so your
Amen.
sister, you are saying as a woman,
Amen.
you take the initiative sometimes
Yes.
to make sure you spice up your marriage,
Yes.
because marriage is dying, you know, man. People
Yes.
are cutting down so many times, and this is a part that is great part.
Absolutely, yes.
Hold on, well, let us move on. I see you have a thing. I don't want 36 principles yet. The code of love.
Well, you have different steps in your love life. Sometimes you have to just pamper your spouse. He or she comes from work. You make sure set up, man. You plan for your spouse. You know your spouse comes in at 7:30 p.m. You put a little rose petals. You make his favorite food. You can do a little hot shower for him. Instead of washing his back, you know, most of us don't really wash our backs, you know, because we hands really can't reach that far. You set it up that you give him a nice scrub. Call him one side or call her one side and say, honey, come let me give you a foot scrub. And you take her and you bathe her down and you wash her foot. And you know, sometimes that alone shows a level of love without you even going into the bedroom.
You wouldn't do this when you're upset though, because you're upset with each other. You're not going to do this. One, two, when you eat, you're upset with each other.
I remember an occasion where I was very, very upset with my husband because something happened. And I decided I wasn't going to talk to him any at all. You know those marriages where
Oh,
you
yes.
decide head to toe? I tried that. It never worked. Because when you marry to somebody who not only loves himself but loves you as a partner, then it's hard to see you going down the wrong way, even though you're upset, and not show some affection. So I decided I was going to turn head to tail, man, and my Lord, my husband got up the night and he started to pray and said, thou woman of virtue. And immediately, Sir Peninsilyn, I kid you not, I became so soft-spoken you never believe.
In pray out of the
And
vexes.
that was one of the best love-making weeks.
Whoa! I
Of
tell you.
course.
Hold on, little.
Love
So you was
after-
vexed.
It happens.
You hear she said, hold on, wait. No. I tell you, this is heated. This is hot. I tell you, we're talking to our first lady. Remember, it's a glory carrier moment. I remember this lady is carrying the glory.
Jump, 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 jump.
I am a carrier, God, glory carrier, up, glory carrier, God, glory carrier, yeah. Carrier, oh, glory carrier, yeah.
I tell you, this is heated. This is hot. I tell you, we're talking to our first lady. Remember, it's a glory carrier moment. I remember this lady is carrying the glory, and she's intended to make sure marriage work.
Amen.
I tell you, she intended, and she's not going on top.
Yeah.
Now let the nice thing we say, love your husband as Christ, love the church. She got deep.
Yeah.
Sex is needed, and how you must treat your husband and your wife right. I tell you, listen. I need to see some comment. What you talk about this lady? We soon tell you how to get the book. Because I tell you, look, I'm going to show it, look. You see her husband this, you know. Hi, boy, me I tell you this husband, you're happy? Come on, as we go again. So you talk about the foreplay, you talk about, so what about these people who are Christians and they have to go to bed with them head, tie up and dress up in some long frock? What do you think about that? Is that not that's the holy way to do marriage? The holy way?
No, Sir Peninsilyn. I mean, if your husband appreciates you like that, no problem. And there's a saying that, oh, you're not to go to bed naked because the angel of the Lord will not pass over you. That's a lie from the pit of hell.
You're not going to spoil the people then.
Let me tell you, sir.
Yes.
And I don't make love in darkness.
Whoa!
I need to see my husband.
Somebody talk to me.
Of course. And let me tell you also that it is very important to communicate while making love.
I am telling you something, people. I am too. Listen to me. This
You're
is not PG-13. This is for marriage couple. At this level, marriage will work. Marriage must work. Remember, marriages are made in heaven.
Yes.
That means God knows what she talk about.
Yes.
So wait. I know there will be a part 2 to this. But look at now. In my own words, what are you saying? There's a chapter that said in my own words.
Well, I have put little pointers in where I would speak about certain events that happened personally to me. Because in the book, you have a lot of experiences that I have gone through. Okay. As well as others have shared their testimony and they have given me permission to express it in my book. So you will have certain aspects in the book where it is poetic. I try to make it as romantic as I can because it's a couple's book.
We're going to go into one and two of the one of the poems or stuff. But before we go there, my question: what drives you though? What inspires you to do a book like this? Everybody write book how to get rich and how to drive car and how 6 ways of get to for prosperity. What drives you if you talk about marriages are made in heaven when so much divorce rate are going and stuff like that? What about those that
and you hit the nail right on the head. A lot of divorces taking place. Some won't say why, but others that you have spoken to on an average basis, it's all about how they treat each other within the marriage. It is absolutely. And we know that men love sex. Don't even try. Look at me with all you can. Yes, they love sex. I have asked many of them, what do you love most sometimes in your marriage? They love making love to their spouses. And you find that because you are so caught up with the world and things that is taking place in your life on a social level, you tend not to have time for your spouse. Okay. And when you don't give time for your spouse and to your spouse, recreational time, take a time to go on vacation. Take a time just to sit and read the Bible, read a book that she loves or he loves. And just pat him on the head, just streak her down her cheeks, and just on a regular basis, tell he or she, I love you, I appreciate you. A lot of marriages, a lot of couples don't tell their partners how much they love them. Oh, I did this 2 months ago, or oh, I did this last week. If you can do it, it's a prescribed medication for love. If you can do it once a day or twice a day, do it. It won't hurt you. It won't hurt her. It won't hurt him. Do it, because that way you show on a regular basis that, honey, I love you. Honey, I appreciate you. You know, everything that you've done today, I recognize that you did it with a sacrifice, and I don't know how I will repay you, but I just want to show you all my love, give you all my affection until God come and call for us, because that is what marriage is all about.
So was that some of the stuff that you were seeing why you drive to, because I want to know what drives you to take up this book, you know, what make you decide I have to write.
That's the core reason, Sir Peninsilyn.
Something was missing from your marriage or people marriage?
No, you see, I'm not saying I don't have challenges in my marriage. But
no, you don't look like you have challenges.
I do.
You don't look like somebody with challenges, man.
No, seriously, I do have challenges with my marriage. But my husband is somebody who it doesn't allow the night to go with me being upset with him.
No, what
I'm a woman, and if I don't get what I want, sometimes I just lock shop on you.
No, you can't do that when you say sex is important. No, people, listen.
Yes,
We're
so
going to
you
wait.
remember, you know,
We're
remember,
going to
you
have
know,
part 2.
Remember, you know, you tell me if I have challenges in my marriage, you know, and everything that I wrote in the book is because of experience.
Well, listen.
So there were times when I decide, but how he behaves, how he reacts to me, shows me that yes, there's nothing that I would do to get him upset.
Hold on a minute, people. This need a part 2. You see the part 2, we're going to talk to she and her husband.
Oh, yes.
This needs something.
Yes.
I need to hear his part because trust me, she don't look like she have problem in her marriage. You ever reached to a point yet? You ever reached to a point yet where you were so upset you feel like this is it? Me not gonna further with this.
Yes.
Because as much as you talk, me know why you give me a Facebook marriage, you know, where people nice on Facebook, you know, and a crab up under their yard.
No.
Some more you give me. What is it?
At one point, we were sent to Dominica to do pastoral. And Dominica is one of the, well, not really the poorest, but it's on the impoverished line. And I am from a background where I would get things readily. If I want to go somewhere, I would go so fast. You know, I just have to make a call and somebody pick me up or I drive myself. And while I was there doing ministry, I felt that it was time to leave, to go. But my husband, he was determined that he was going to make it work because this is what he's called in to do. And it reached a point where we had to be walking miles sometimes. And it got to me, I said, listen, I don't think I'm going to prolong with this marriage because you decide you want to stay and I want to go. And it gradually progressed where he would talk to me. Both of us started to cry and we prayed. And we said, no, this is what God called us to do. It is not man that called us to go to Dominica. Though we were contacted by our bishops. You understand me? But being there in the flesh, doing mission work, doing missionary work, it wasn't easy. And I think it had a toll on me at one point because we had our 3 children and they had to look up to us for certain things, which at points we didn't really have it. So I got a little frustrated, and I think that was one of the reasons I just said, you know what, I wanted to just give up and just leave and go to America and just live with my parents, you know, because I can live better than this. But because I love him.
It brings me to the point to ask you how you manage marriage and ministry.
I love my husband. And sometimes
No, you don't have to love him.
Sometimes when I get flustered and I want to give up, I just have to look at him. And I said, you know what, I started this journey with you and I am going to finish it with you. And that's how I get through because of love. If I never loved him, I would never have stayed with him for this long.
This is a take a break moment.
Yes.
I like this moment. Take a break, we'll soon be back.
Glory, prayer,
A what?
praise and worship, power, glory, shine.
She win. She carry. Hey, go for beat. Hey. Look at her. She worship. Hey. She worship. Hey.
Yes, we're back again. She was in a very mood a while ago when she was saying, I love the expression you put on your face when you say, I love my husband.
Yes.
Look like she was going to cry too, you know. I love my husband. Husband, you're doing something right. I tell you, listen to me, after reading a book like this, we're going to soon tell you where to get this book, how you get it, but married couple, you need to have a book like this. And don't be too nicey. But she said, I love my husband. We walk far. I look here, man. I need some comments on 1,000 comments on this, you know. 1,000 thumbs ups alike. I tell you, talking to remember, Joycelyn Peart Lawson. Like I said earlier, she's the sister of a prominent gospel artist. Listen to the name, Joycelyn Peart Lawson. Not so much. Yeah. So yes, when we on break, you were saying you want to say one of your poems and so.
Yes.
What poem? Yeah, he's a poet.
I am a poet. I'm a writer, songwriter, and anything I put my hands to do, I always do it with the help of the Lord.
Okay, so Give me one of your poem.
Alright.
Let me tell you what this poem is about.
It's entitled Recipe 101. It's in patois.
When you say
Jamaican
recipe cooking,
patois. In love making.
you
in
no
romance.
can realize that they love or love making, you know. Yes, go ahead, make we hear it.
Alright. Hug the woman. Bless the man. Kiss the woman. Respect the man. Chat good with the woman. Look good for the man. Love the woman. Cook for the man. Walk pan the woman. Tan pan long. Make sure she come first. Then you come second. Stick with the woman. Tan with the man. Pray pan the plan. Overlate with the man. But do. Not left out the one will give you the plan. God are the one will give you the woman. So even when things are go wrong, not tackle the woman, not lick down the man, just check the same one will give you the plan. Serious thing, young man and young woman.
My God, so she's not just a hearter in book. She's a poet as well.
Yes,
And she's
please.
a songwriter, and she's basically, you know, scene. She's a marriage counselor, and she love make love. That's what you can see. Yes, I saw some stuff in this book. I'm telling people, this book, great book. Marriages are made in heaven, but maintained and hurt. That we have to maintain it. And I've seen some, we don't start touching it and say we have to have a part two. We're going to have to have a part two. One talk to an husband too, one year film part. Yes, and but I saw something that said no limit and lip locks and hugs.
Yes.
What you talking about, lady?
You find that nowadays, a lot of marriage couples, they don't love to kiss each other. They don't love to kiss each other on the lips or even French kiss, taking the tongue. Sometimes you have to use the tongue and just bring it to the roof of their mouth. And it just tastes like fine wine. You get used to the saliva that you enjoy her even just lip lock.
Sister Joyce Lawson.
Listen, when you hug, don't just hug when you're in the public. Hug at home. Tell her to sit on your lap. Let him put his head in your lap. You know, just kind of flex. Lip lock and hugs is very vital in the marriage.
Sister Lawson.
Yes, please, Sir Peninsilyn.
My wife is one of is behind the camera, and you
Yes.
make something she'll look for me, you know, take me, you know, look like me if you go up tonight, you know. Yes, man. So you're saying show affection right through.
Yes, man. Right through. You don't need to go in the bed to show affection. Just by looking at her and winking. Just by looking at him and just it shows some affection.
There's the next thing I hear you say. Become best friend. It is wise.
Yes.
It's a wise move. Give me a
Yes.
little part of that as I tell you.
You
Become
know-
best friend. What do you mean?
A lot of times you hear people say that when men don't like to speak, they just go in their manly cave. Meaning they don't really like to talk much to their spouses. When they're hurting, they think that they don't want to go to them because they cannot manage the conversation that they have. So if they don't have someone to talk to, you'll find that there's going to be others out there that is willing to listen to what he says. Or sometimes your wife is going through it, but us women, we just love to talk. We just talk. No. Sometimes we will tell you a story and we give you all the details. You understand me? So you as the husband and I as the wife, we just have to learn to communicate with each other.
Right there. So you're saying communication.
Yeah, we need to communicate.
Communication.
Don't give him the chance to go to someone else to tell them about what is happening to him. Let him feel welcome to come to you and to know at the end of it you won't use it to bash him or to chastise him or
So-
to use it against him, but you'll pray for him and tell him that, listen, things happen, but we can pray about it and God will help us to get through it in Jesus.
See, this is what the lady talking about. Marriages are made in heaven,
Yes.
but maintain and hurt.
Yes.
And she's giving us some tips
Yes.
of how to keep this. She's on the path to kill this divorce rate.
Come on now, we
She's
have
on
to.
path to do this.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, very Joycelyn Peart Lawson. and she's telling her how the thing go. No, nice up the thing and go on like, yeah. She just saying that earlier, missionary part don't work.
No, sir.
She tell you about all of that, tell you how to kiss, how to hug,
Yes, ma'am.
how to love. You understand? I would like to ask her some question where we're going to get one more, because remember we're going to have a part 2. What is one of the most things that kill marriages nowadays?
Lovelessness.
Hmm?
Lovelessness. There's no love.
Lovelessness.
There's no love in the relationship. And when there's no love, there's no sacrifice. And where there's no sacrifice, there's no real commitment to endure.
So what would you tell someone who was doing love? They were loving each other, married and love each other, but all of a sudden the lover go away. What did you tell them now? Feel it. Somebody we watch would I like to say, you can talk all them nice something there. Me not feel like me want to make love to my husband.
Yeah.
You can talk them something, me feel like I want to make love to my wife. You can say all of your thing because you are nice.
Yes.
People are looking you talking about this nice thing. What about the bitter thing where people is getting? What would you tell someone that is at the edge of giving up and putting them divorce and done with it? What would you say to someone?
What is the root of what caused you to be where you are in your position? There is a root. Find the root. Find what happened. And then are you willing to forgive? If it's a case where you can't forgive, then you know you have to pray and ask God for the spirit of forgiveness. If the husband have done you something that you don't think you can go beyond, or if your wife said something to you, because sometimes us wives, we say a lot of things to our husbands to let them feel down, and it doesn't go away, and it drives them to go to someone else's arm. What is it that you want from him? Talk to him. If you can't talk to him, get somebody who is willing to talk to both of you. We say counseling. But in that, you still need God. Because the devil is out to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But God is here to give life, and to give life more abundantly. Not just spiritual, but physical. So if you want to endure in your marriage, if you want to find the reason why you're having the problems that you're having in your marriage, you need to consult with God. Because God is the only remedy that can fix your situation. If you have tried all you can and nothing works, just try God. He is the solution to all our marital problems.
Let's take one final break before we do a conclusion. One final break. Take a break. One final break. Welcome back again. I tell you, this part is where we're going to give you some info of where to get this book. Remember, marriages are made in heaven but maintained on earth by Joycelyn Peart Lawson. Somebody may wonder, who is her? Who is she related to? She related to who?
Kisa Peart. Woo!
I have somebody with me. This is sister of Kisa Peart. You understand? Kisa Peart burning the gospel, bringing the gospel. You know, being a glory carrier with the music, powerful woman of God. Now this is our sister talking about marriage. It may sound rough and tough, but trust me, you need to get this.
Yes.
Where can someone get this book? Where?
At present, you can contact me at 786-340-9317.
Say it again.
786-340-9317. When you contact me, I'll be able to send it via UPS or regular mail.
Oh, so if you want an autograph copy,
Yes.
call that number that you just give, or the number you see on the screen. Call it, and the number you see on the screen, she will give you an autograph copy. Here it is. You're there on WhatsApp too?
Yes, I'm on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. I'm not yet on Twitter.
Okay, so you can get this book, so you then can get it at what the people are watching from England.
Amazon. You get it on Amazon. You just type in Joycelyn Peart Lawson.
See it there, you will see it. Let me hold it up that you see it like this.
Marriages
See
are
it
made
there?
in heaven but maintained on earth.
Trust
and
me.
you can get it. The book only costs $15 by hand on
US?
Amazon. Yes, please, $15 US. On Amazon, you can get it, I think, for $13 or $14.
I don't know how much feet, but you need to have this to
Yes.
save your marriage. And this is another moment, glory carrier moment
Hallelujah.
with Stefan Peninsilyn, and we're going to go straight to, we're going to come up with the next part. So watch when part 2, you need to see it. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
sister.
sir.
First lady, I tell you, the sex teacher in the book, I tell you, marriage counselor. God bless you. Next episode. Remember, it's a glory carrier moment. I remember this lady is carrying the glory.